Faceless YouTube channels are still one of the most popular trends right now, with people pulling in massive views and generating real monthly income, all without ever showing their face. But here's where most people start to fall behind. Growing the channel is just one piece of the puzzle, but building a strong brand around it is a completely different process. Your thumbnails, your visuals, your social media content, even your products if you want to monetize properly. That's what actually separates the channels that stay small from the ones that scale. And usually, to do all of that, you either need a lot of experience or you end up using 5 different tools trying to make everything work together. But with how fast AI is evolving, that's starting to change because I recently found a tool that can handle that entire workflow in one place. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you how to go from nothing to building your full channel identity, creating better thumbnails, generating content for promotion, and even designing your own products, all using just one AI tool. The tool that I'm talking about is called LoveArt, and I wanted to test how far you can actually push it in real scenarios. So let's get started. Now, as you can see, this tool offers multiple features all in one place, and they've even launched Nano Banana 2 with up to 50% off, which is a nice bonus. And since channel branding is one of the most important steps in the process, I'm now going to show you how to create your entire channel identity, so watch closely. Now for this step, we will use the branding feature, which is very useful for channel branding and saves a lot of time. In my case, in the prompt section above, I will enter a simple prompt asking it to create a professional YouTube channel logo for a history channel called Empire Archives. Now with that out of the way, you can choose between 2 different generation modes, and in my case, I will use the fast mode. Next, you can also enable web search, which is very useful, but I won't be using it for now. Then in the model settings, you will find a variety of high-quality models you can use, and in my case, I will choose Nano Banana Pro since it's very well optimized. So now that everything is set, simply click on the generate button below, and just like that, the generation process will start. Now this process is very fast, and once it's done, we have just created a complete channel logo specifically designed for the history niche, and as you can see, the quality is excellent, which is exactly what we need. So now that the logo is ready, let me show you how to make it even better. In the settings below, I will select the mark feature, then choose the part of the logo that I want to customize. Next, in the prompt section on the right side, I will enter a simple prompt asking it to add a blue snake in that exact spot. Then I will also select the background of the logo using the marker tool, and this time, in the prompt section on the right, I will tell it to replace the background with an old brick wall texture that is slightly worn and has a bluish tone. So now that everything is set, click on the generate button again to start the process, and once it's done, as you can see, we've created a new version of the logo that includes a blue snake and a bluish brick wall background, and honestly, the result looks amazing. Now with that done, you can continue adjusting the logo if you want, or if you're happy with the result, simply click on the download button right here, and just like that, your logo will be saved. So now that you know how to create a logo, let me show you how to create a channel banner, since it's super important for your channel branding. To start off, open the same session that you have used to create the logo, and then in the prompt section below, simply enter a prompt asking it to create a cinematic channel banner for a channel in your niche, and make sure to include your channel name. Now with the prompt in place, click on the generate button below, and just like that, it will provide you with a complete channel banner that includes your channel name and is specifically designed for your niche, which in my case is the history niche. So now that the banner is ready, let's make it even cooler. To start off, there is a text edit feature right here, which lets you customize the text without needing any complicated prompts. In my case, I will delete the second text slot, and in the first slot, for example, I will enter like, share, and subscribe. Now with that done, simply click on the generate button below, and once it's finished, as you can see, we've created a new version of our banner that includes the text we just added, and it's crazy how fast and easy everything is. So now that the text is in place, let's make the banner even better. To do that, you can use the same mark tool as before, and then select the elements you want to change. In my case, I will select the heads of the philosophers, and I will enter a simple prompt asking it to make their eyes glow blue. Next, I will select the sky, and then enter a prompt asking it to add lightning strikes. Now with that done, simply click on the generate button below, and just like that, it will provide you with an updated version of your banner with all of your changes. In my case, the philosopher's eyes are now glowing blue, and we have lightning in the sky, which looks really cool. Now to finish things off, simply choose the version that you like the most, then click on the download button to save the banner, and with that done, you are now ready for the next step. So now that you know how to create a perfectly branded channel, let's continue with the next step, where I will show you how to create thumbnails that really stand out, so watch closely. Now for this step, we will use the design feature, which is made for professional design, and in our case, we will use it to create a thumbnail. In the prompt section above, I will enter a prompt asking it to create a YouTube thumbnail thumbnail in a Mr. Beast style format that is designed for high retention. And for the best results, you can copy the exact format that I'm using, which you can later apply to any niche. Now with that done, you can upload a reference image of your avatar, and in my case, I will upload my own avatar right here. Once that's done, simply click on the generate button, which will initiate the generation process. And once it's finished, as you can see, we've just created a complete thumbnail, and it came out looking really good. So now that the thumbnail is ready, let's adjust it a bit. For thumbnail customization, you can use the Edit Elements feature right here, which separates all of the elements in the thumbnail and lets you customize and adjust them however you like. Now as an example, I will select this car right here, then click on the Quick Edit feature, and here I will enter a prompt saying that I want to change the car to a completely different model. With that done, simply click Generate, and just like that, it will provide a new version of the car, and it looks pretty good. Now that we have the new car, you can remove the background so that you can place it into your thumbnail more easily. After that, I will delete the old model and replace it with the new one that we just created. Next, simply right-click on the new car and move it one layer down, which will place it behind the avatar. Finally, adjust the position of the new model so that it fits perfectly into the thumbnail. And just like that, we've added a new car without needing to regenerate the entire thumbnail or use complicated prompts. So now that you know how to adjust the elements, the next thing you can do is adjust the text. First, you can completely change the text if you want. In my case, I will set the value on the left to $5. Next, you can also adjust the font, and here you will find a wide variety of fonts to choose from. In my case, I will use Alpha Slab 1 since it looks very clean. With that done, I will apply the same font to the text on the right side so everything stays consistent, and then adjust both text sections so they are the same size and properly aligned. Now with that out of the way, I will also add a stroke to both text elements, setting it to around 10 so they are more visible and stand out more, which is very important. Now to finish things off, you can also change the color of the text however you like. It's very simple to do using the color palette, or you can remove the text entirely if you want a cleaner look. But keep in mind, everything I'm doing here is just an example to show you how the system works, and it's completely up to you how you want your thumbnail to look. Now I've also created a few thumbnail variations that you can use for inspiration, and to be honest, all of them came out amazing, and it's impressive that you can create thumbnails like these with just a few simple prompts. So now that you know how to create thumbnails that really stand out, let's continue with the next step, where I will show you how to create social media posts that you can use to promote your videos on other platforms. So watch closely. Now for this step, we will use the illustration feature, and just as an example, in the prompt section above, I will ask it to create a retro sci-fi poster that represents a video in the sci-fi niche. Now as you can see, this prompt is a bit detailed, but you can easily copy the structure and use it for any niche you want. Now that everything is set, click on the Generate button to start the generation process. And once it's done, as you can see, we've just created a vintage style post that fully represents a video in the sci-fi niche, and the quality looks really good. Now with that done, let's say you want to change the text without using any complicated prompts. To do that, simply click on the text edit feature that we used before, where you can change anything you want. In my case, I will adjust the second text layer a bit, and then also change the third text layer so you can see how well the text updates. Now that everything is set, click on the Generate button below, and after it's done, as you can see, we've just created a new version of the post with updated text. And honestly, the result looks so clean that it doesn't even feel edited. So now that the text is set, let's adjust a few more details. For example, using the Mark tool, I will select the spaceship, and in the prompt section, I will ask it to make the spaceship more detailed. Next, I will select the background, and then enter a prompt asking it to shift the background to a blue tone while keeping the same vintage style. Now that everything is set, click on the Generate button below, and once it's done, we've just created another variation of the post, but this time it has a brighter blue theme, and the spaceship is more detailed. Now once again, this is just an example so you understand how these features work, and later apply them in your own workflow. I've also created a post for my own channel just so I can show you the full power of this feature, and as you can see, everything is highly detailed, the quality is sharp, and it's impressive considering it only took a couple of minutes to create. So now that you know how to create high-performing social media posts, let's move on to the next and final step, where I'll show you how to create product images and videos. And if you are planning to sell anything using your brand, this step can really help you scale your business. Now for this step, we will use the e-commerce feature, and in my case, I will start by asking it to create a realistic male model in his 20s, and then I'll add a few basic instructions, since for now, the model is the most important part. Now with that done, click on the Generate button below to start the generation process, and once it's finished, as you can see, we've just created an image of a male model that is facing the camera. Now by using the Mark feature, I will select all of the model's clothes from top to bottom. Then, in the prompt section below, I will ask it to replace the outfit with a premium blue blue outfit with a money degree design, since I want to create a clothing brand as an example for this video. And once we click on the generate button, you can see that we now have the same model, but this time he's wearing the updated outfit, which looks really good. Now that the clothing is in place, this time I will select only the hoodie, and in the prompt section below, I will ask it to make the hoodie more detailed, with a realistic fabric texture and folds. The generation process is the same as before, and once it's done, as you can see, we've just created another version of the image. And if you look closely, the hoodie now appears more realistic, with improved texture and detail, which is exactly what we need. So now that you know how to create the product images, let me show you a very useful feature. The feature that I'm talking about is the multi-angle feature, and once you open it, all of the necessary settings will appear. First, you can adjust the subject angle by rotating the model, or you can fine-tune it manually using the sliders below. Next, you can also adjust the camera angle. Here, you can rotate the camera in different directions, or again, fine-tune everything using the sliders, and in my case, I will use this angle right here. Now, after clicking on the run button, you'll see that we've just created a new image of the same model, but this time from a completely different angle. And what's impressive is that both the model and the clothing remain consistent. Now, just as another example, I'll generate a new image using a different angle, which you can also copy. And once the process finishes, you'll see that we've created another variation with a completely new perspective. Now, just so you can see the full potential of this feature, I've created several variations using different angles, and honestly, all of them came out looking great. So now that all of the images are ready, let me show you how to use them to generate a full video. To do that, click on the video generator feature right here, which is a fully built-in generator with a lot of customization capabilities. Now to start off, open the model settings below, where you will find a variety of models that you can use. It's up to you which one you choose, but in my case, I will use Kling 3.0 since it performs really well. Next, in the settings on the right side, first make sure to set the mode to Pro for better results. Then choose your preferred aspect ratio, which in my case will be 1:1. Finally, adjust the duration of the video. In my case, I will set it to 7 seconds. So now that all of the settings are ready, the next thing I will do is upload the image where my model is standing straight and centered as the first frame reference. Then I will upload another angle of my model as the end frame reference. With that done, I will enter a prompt, asking it to animate the scene using the provided images of the model wearing the money degree hoodie. Next, below that, I've added a few more instructions, which you can copy if you want, since this format works well. Now that everything is set, click on the generate button to start the process, and once it's done just like that, your video will be ready. So let's take a look at the final result. Now, just as an example, I have created a short video about the same hoodie, so let's take a look at it as well. As you can see, the video came out amazing, but now let me briefly explain the pricing. As you can see, Lovart offers multiple pricing plans, starting with the starter and basic plans, which provide a solid amount of credits, with the basic plan including some additional benefits. You also have the Pro and Ultimate plans, which offer more credits and extra features compared to the previous options, and are better suited if you want to scale your workflow further. There are also annual plans available, which are similar to the ones mentioned before, but with the annual subscription you can get up to a 50% discount, which can be a good option depending on your usage. But overall, it's completely up to you which plan you choose, and it really depends on your needs. So now that I've shown you how to use Lovart in real scenarios, you have everything you need to start building a stronger and more recognizable brand. Also, if this video helped you out, make sure to hit the like button and leave a comment below. And as always, keep pushing, and I'll see you in the next one.